Hey guys, Irene here. Today I have another Photoshop tutorial. After I posted this picture on Instagram, a lot of you guys wanted to know how I edited it, so I decided to make this tutorial. I'm not going to be editing this particular image though because I already have it done, but I'm going to be editing another one from the set. I took these pictures while I was in LA, and if you want to see the behind the scenes of the photo shoot, I'll have it linked in the description down below. I shot this with Canon 5D Mark III and an 85mm 1.2 lens at sunset, and it's backlit, so that means that the sun is hitting her right in the back, thus giving us this beautiful bokeh and illuminating her like this. I shot this at very high aperture at 1.2, so that's why it's so super duper creamy. So I decided to edit this image right here, and this is straight out of the camera raw file. I shoot all of my images in raw just so I can edit them better and easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it in Photoshop, and it opens it in camera raw. I love using camera raw. I don't really use Lightroom whenever I edit single pictures like that. So I'm gonna start with some contrast. Let's play with white balance. We're gonna make it way brighter. Exposure down a little bit, contrast a little bit more, highlights down, shadows up. Let's lower here a little bit because I'm seeing a lot of pink coming through. I don't really want too much of that. Okay, that looks good. Let's higher the clarity here a little bit, and then also the vibrance. And then let's go into the colors here. I'm gonna move the reds right here, and then in saturation I'm gonna bring the blues, the greens, and the yellows. Let's lower the whites just a little bit like this. Okay, I think this is about it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this preset. It's gonna help us in the future. You'll see why. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it Grace. I already had a preset made that was called Grace, so I'm just gonna override it, and I'm gonna go ahead and open the image. Alright, so after I open the image, I'm gonna go ahead and compose the shot the way I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose my crop tool and reset the crop. I don't really follow any of the standard crop sizes. I just kind of wing it and make it the way I like. So let's pull this down a little bit and let's put her right in the very middle. So I'm just gonna drag this. Yeah, that seems good. So now to fix this line that we have over here on the side, I'm gonna go ahead and check my selection tool right here. Select this area. Actually, we can select it to about right here. Just make sure you don't select the model, like the arms and the body parts, but in my opinion it's totally fine to select a little bit of like the hat, the hair, and the dress. You're gonna right click on your selection, free transform, right click on it again, distort, and we're just gonna stretch it. Okay, and I'm just gonna deselect. So now she is right in the very middle, and that's kind of how I like to compose my images. I like them to be quite symmetrical. After that is done, I'm gonna liquify some things. So before that, I always want to duplicate the layer, so you can right click on your background, press duplicate the layer, or you could also just grab your background and drag it right here, and it's gonna duplicate again. And after you have that, I'm gonna go into filter and liquify. Now this dress is not an off-the-shoulder dress. Actually, I pulled it down so it's making it kind of bulky, and I want to emphasize her waist a little bit more. So with the really big brush, I'm just gonna pull it right here so it kind of shows of her waist a little bit more. And let's maybe make the dress just a little bit poofier right here. Kind of distorted the book a little bit. Okay, I think that looks good. And let's make her hair just a little bit bigger as well. The head was a little bit wonky as well, so I'm fixing it just a little bit. I bought it at some vintage shop that we found close to our Airbnb, and it was only like two or $3. So yeah, it was just a little bit wonky, but you know, nothing that Photoshop can't fix. Oh, I guess I distorted her arm here a little bit too much because I was shifting the dress. Okay. Looks good, so let's just press OK. This is before and after and what we did. Looks good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and merge my layers. Alright, so now that we have all of that done, I'm gonna go ahead and create this bokeh that I have here. I really loved the light at the location, but there was nothing really special about it, and it was in the middle of the street. So you can see the cars over here on the side, and I don't really like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull some fragments from different pictures from the set and kind of put them on top of this image right here. So let me just explain a little bit better. You guys will realize what I'm trying to do here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll back to the very first pictures that I took from the set. They were a little bit more close up, and thus the bokeh was a little bit more creamy. Okay, yeah, just like here. So let's go ahead and open this image in Camera Raw. And I'm gonna apply my preset that I made and open it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the lasso tool and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of cut this part out. I'm gonna right click on it, layer via copy, and then on the layer you're gonna right click, duplicate the layer, and choose your image. So as you can see, it just copied this right here on top of this image. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stretch it out. So I'm gonna right click on it, free transform, and let's just stretch it out. Okay, and now what we can do is we can grab our eraser tool and start erasing the parts. I actually do like how the dress looks here because it made the dress a little bit poofier. So let's leave it. Let's leave the little part of the dress here, just like this. Okay, so this is what we got after we plastered that on. I'm not sure. Let's see. What I like to do is I'll just back it up and see what I like better, the before or the after. I think I want a little bit more of a green here. Okay, I think that looks awesome. So let's go ahead and merge that. And now I'm gonna do some more on the other side. And for this one, I'm gonna choose a different image. So let's go ahead and get this one right here. I'm gonna apply the preset again. I'm gonna get it a little bit darker. Okay, and then open the image. And I'm gonna get my lasso tool, but this time I'm gonna select this right here. And the same thing, right click, layer via copy, right click, duplicate the layer, and choose your image. And as you can see, it copied this part right here. So now what I need to do is I'm gonna free transform it, and I'm gonna flip vertical, and then I'm gonna just place it kind of right over here and apply it. Actually, let's free transform it just a little bit and like stretch it out just a bit. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna take the eraser tool again and kind of start erasing it. I'm using an editing tablet, so it's pretty easy for me to use the eraser tool. But if you're using just your mouse, then please lower the opacity to about like 20 or so. And all of the links are in the description below. A lot of you guys ask me what kind of editing tablet I'm using. You'll find the link to the tablet that I use in the description. Alright, let's back it up and see what we have here. Let's stretch it out just a little bit, so you can again just right click on it, free transform, and you can kind of stretch it out. Okay, I think it looks good. Let's just go to curves and okay. I think that looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge those. Now we are almost done with the backgrounds here. I still don't really like this car right here, so I'm gonna find another image that has the car a little bit more blurry in the background, kind of like this. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take the lasso tool here and select the Blurrier Car right here. Leave a copy. It's the same exact thing that I was doing with all of the previous ones. And we're just gonna stretch it out a little bit again. What you can also do is you can multiply here so you can see her underneath, so you will know where to erase. So that's normal. Alright, so this is what we got after we put this car on top of here. I like that a lot better. And now to make it even more interesting and to kind of take away the car, I'm gonna go to my patch tool and I'm kind of gonna erase this line right here. And the way I'm using my patch tool is kind of in these circles so that it almost looks like there's more bokeh and it looks a little bit more organic with the whole image. Alright, so that looks great. Now I'm gonna do something similar over here. I'm just gonna kind of use the patch tool this way, so I'm gonna blur some of these out. Alright, and let's get some more to plaster in here. Let's get something interesting. Ooh, I like this. This is really blurry and it has that really cool bokeh. To make it a little bit darker. Alright. Alright, okay, that was perfect. Now the only thing I have left is just to still blur this line a little bit more. There's another thing that I added in this picture, and those are these tiny bokeh right here. So let's add them in this picture as well. I started getting them in these pictures right here. I don't know if you guys can see them. They're right over here. I have no idea what caused them to happen, but they almost look like little fairies. And I really, really love them. You see, they're kind of missing now again. Oh, there's some here. So let's go ahead and open this up. I'm gonna apply, oops, that's the wrong one. Gonna apply the preset here and open the image. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the stamp tool right here and I'm gonna make it smaller, just about the size of this little tiny bokeh. And now on this layer I'm gonna duplicate the layer. So what you want to do is take your stamp tool to the little bokeh and holding Alt and then click with your mouse, it's gonna kind of copy that, and then you can take that to your other picture. And what you want to make sure is that you're kind of matching up the colors. So I'm gonna place one right here, and as you can see it matches up with the colors. And let's take this one now, the same thing, holding Alt and clicking with your mouse. And this one's a little bit darker, so we have to place it on the dark green. Yeah. Let's get this one now. Perfect. Let's place this one on this side. Here we go. We have one over here on the blue. Here we go. Let's take this one again and just place it somewhere else. Right here. I'm gonna go ahead and open another image that has these flickers right here, and I'm gonna just keep adding them onto the image. Same thing, adding the preset we made, and same thing again. Okay, let's open another one. Ooh, this one's the next one. Okay, I think that's about it. So this is with the addition of these little twinkle lights. What you can also do is take the eraser and kind of go around them a little bit if they're looking a little bit fake. So yeah, you can go ahead and do that. I think they look pretty real. If someone didn't know that I was doing that, I don't think they would really guess. And I think it definitely adds like a little magical touch to the image. So there you guys have it. That's the finished image. Let's actually compare it to the before. Alright, so this is before and this is after. Before and after. Before and after. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully it wasn't too hard to follow. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!